Neighborhood. Street.
Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Just What We Need, another Philly sports show. You didn't ask for another Philly sports show. We're giving you one anyway, so we'll see how it goes. We got a really good panel tonight. Two really good guests, couple of Northeast Philly legends sitting here. On my left, making, I think, third or fourth appearance, Ted Kelly is back. Thanks, Ted. Thanks for coming back. I appreciate it.
Oh, anytime, Ed.
And on my right, a man I've been trying to get here for a while. One of the best sports fans I've ever met. Kevin Spoerl is here. Kevin, thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me, Ed.
I appreciate it. Is Kevin close enough to the mic? Jim, can you hear him on there? Is he close enough? Yeah, maybe a little closer to the mic wouldn't be a bad idea. I apologize. I should have told you that, but it tells you how professional I am. But, okay, we're here. We're ready to talk Philly sports and national if we get to it, but we're going to have a little bit of fun. We'll start off with the Eagles. You guys watch the Eagles yesterday, I guess?
I did.
What do you think? You think they still have a chance to repeat this year, Teddy?
I think they have potential.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, if they start to, you know, offensively do something creative, whether that's getting under center, that just makes every other play that much more, you know, potential to go. I think some along the line, maybe I'll give more credit than they deserve. I think some of it they sandbag till the end of the year. That
maybe, I don't know if that's the best strategy to sandbag to the end of the year. I mean, I hear people saying that. I don't know. They definitely under center. They're definitely a better offense when they're under center. For whatever reason, the offense goes a lot better when they're under center. And of course, they've had the banged up offensive line. Kevin, do they have a chance to repeat this year? What do you think?
I'm going to say no.
No chance to repeat, really?
They have a chance. I just think against they're going to have to beat the Rams twice.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can do that.
did last year.
They did. But you know what, Ted, they have to change. It's the same old Barkley up the middle, no gain, and then he gets 5 yards.
Yeah, well, I mean, the offensive line hasn't been good this year. There's no question. It hasn't been good. And the big problem, I think, the looming problem, they got a Jake Elliott problem. They got a Jake Elliott problem. That could really be bad in the playoffs. I think that's one of the reasons they did the 2-point conversion yesterday. They didn't want to send Elliott out there again. The one that ended up causing the fight. Maybe not, but I wonder if they didn't want to send Elliott out there again. But that's going to be a problem. Playoff time, these tight games, and you don't know whether you can count on Jake Elliott. That's going to be a problem. I don't know. Do you think they should bring another kicker in, or what do you think?
He's missed 4 kicks out of the last 5 games.
I know that's bad.
But at this time of the year,
it's late.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, that's the bad
You're
thing.
going to find a decent
late.
kicker.
It's late for that. It really is.
You then can get, you know, in the rhythm with, you know,
the
holder and the snapper. I can't imagine.
It's late. I don't know. Maybe. Do you think in the playoffs they on some of these 4th downs maybe they go for it instead of trying to kick with maybe not having as much confidence in Jake Elliott? What do you think?
Yeah, it's a possibility.
It is.
The one thing you have to understand about Jake Elliott was he struggled down the stretch last year.
Yeah, he did. Then he was good in the playoffs. Yeah, that's true.
In the postseason, he was money. So
that's true.
I think Nick Sirianni's going to bank on that.
I mean, they're hoping. They're certainly crossing their fingers, but they got to be a little worried. After seeing that yesterday, they had to be a little worried.
I mean, and all 3 of them were the exact same miss.
Yeah.
How are you not adjusting somehow?
Well, there's kickers, you know how it is. It gets in their head after a while. It's just like a golfer with a putt. It just gets in your head and forget it. But I think they still have a shot. I mean, there's no super teams. The Rams lost the other night, you know, and then every time you think somebody's really good, they're not that good. The Packers blew that game yesterday. I don't know how the Packers blew that game yesterday. I have no idea. I have no idea how they blew that game yesterday.
Yeah, the Bears are tough in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they are, but I mean, they Packers had that game. I have no idea how they lost it, but that's going to happen. I think the Eagles have a shot, especially with the fact that they've experienced from last year. We'll see. They got to do, but the offensive line has to play better, and Jalen has to play better.
Johnson's coming back. I saw today.
Yo, that's good.
Johnson's coming back, and Carter's coming back. So that will be a bonus.
They definitely need Jalen Carter, but we'll see. I don't know. I think that with not being any super teams, I think they definitely have a chance. And what do you think? When some people say the reason they've dumbed down the offense on purpose because they think Jalen isn't capable of a complicated offense. I don't know if that's true. I'm not really an X and O guy, but that's what some people say.
I think that's an easy way out. The guy certainly can study. He knows every ins and
out. You
out.
would think playing football is life.
And I don't know that it's, they got to dumb it down. I don't know that he processes everything fast enough, where he goes from first read to second read to third read. That concerns me at times because you watch, replays and things and you listen to the announcers. There's guys that are open.
Oh, that's what they're saying. Yeah, they're always saying that. They're always saying those guys are open. He missed a couple
and I don't
guys
think
yesterday.
that has anything to do with brains or, unsophisticated offense. I think it's a matter of him being quick enough to see what's developing and know where to go with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people criticize him and they criticize Sirianni, but it's 5 straight years in the playoffs. So and Super Bowl, so they must be doing something right. Even as much as they get criticized, they must be doing something right to keep. Well, who scares you though in the NFL? Anybody? Buffalo had a scare today. Buffalo barely hung on today against Cleveland. So who really scares you in the NFL? There's no super team.
I don't think anybody in the NFC. I mean the AFC.
No, I mean, New England plays tonight, right? Although they blew that game last week, the Buffalo, they blew a 14-point lead.
Yeah.
They play tonight, we'll see. But before that game, I would have thought New England was the best team. Then after that game, I'm not sure. I'm not sure after that game. After they blew that game, who do you think's the best team?
It's hard to say. I'd say still the Rams, even though they lost. I mean,
they blew a lead in that game. That's a late game.
The Seahawks do have to go to Carolina next week. And, I mean, we'll see what happens. But the only thing that's going to, in my opinion, is going to hold back the Eagles is their play calling. I mean, they're very predictable.
Well, that's what everybody said. The thing with the Seahawks, I'm not going to buy into the Seahawks as long as Sam Darnold is the quarterback. I don't know about Sam Darnold. I got to see him do it in the postseason before I buy that. I don't know. Anybody who got run out of the Jets locker room has got to be a question mark.
Yeah, but would you want to see the Eagles go to Seattle for?
Well, it's good. It's tough road game. Well, Chicago will be a tough road game. There's a lot of tough road. Green Bay, a lot of tough road. There's a lot of tough road games. There's no question. It'd be great if they could play at home, get that second seed. That's what happened last year, and the top team got upset. And they had down. Maybe I don't know if they'll get that lucky again. But
I don't know that they're getting a second seed. That's
going to be tough too.
A lot of things got to happen for them to be able.
It's only the top 2 teams to get a bye, right? Is it?
No, just one.
One now. Oh my God. So we'll see. I don't know the AFC. I mean Buffalo, the Chargers. Who are Jacksonville? Jacksonville's decent, right? With Trevor Lawrence, they're decent.
Yeah, they were beating the Broncos.
Yeah, and the Broncos are the team I can't understand how they're so good. How they keep winning? Bo Nix.
Coaching.
Yeah, Sean Payton is a really good coach. Yeah, but the Eagles had him. The Eagles should have won that game when they had him down.
Oh yeah,
but that was a game the Eagles blew. That game and the Dallas game were 2 games the Eagles no way should have lost.
Back to your comment about the Eagles, though. About Sirianni and Hurts always winning. They know how to win. They lost absolutely 2 games this year, but that's why they're good. They win those 1 possession games, and
somehow they do. Yeah,
most NFL games are 1 possession. So,
somehow they
by
win.
Hook or by crook.
Yeah, I mean
they figure out how to win.
With all the criticisms, again, 5 years in. I don't know if any Eagles coach has ever his first 5 years gotten into the playoffs. He's got to be the first one.
I think he's got the highest. It's got one of the highest winning percentages across the NFL.
Yeah, he has to. He has to. So I will say, I mean, I still think they have a chance. Although, as Kevin said, those road games, any of these road games are going to be tough in the playoffs. Any road game is going to be tough. I mean, so they could lose. Yeah, absolutely. But they could win too. But I mean, the road games are tough in the playoffs.
This is the NFL's dream, the parity.
Yeah, it is.
Anybody can beat anybody.
Pete Rozelle's dream. Yeah, Pete Rozelle.
You have parity. Especially this year.
Yeah, he did. This is maybe the most parity year I've ever seen. Tonight's game is New England against Baltimore.
The Ravens.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll see.
For Baltimore, especially if Pittsburgh ends up
everybody talked about Lamar, how great Lamar Jackson was, and I mean, I don't know. Jalen Hurts has outplayed him. He's certainly won more than him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
As much as everybody loved Lamar Jackson, he was MVP this and MVP that. I don't know. Still hasn't won anything.
And he gets hurt a lot.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He running around. He's going to get hurt a lot, I guess. But I don't know. We'll see. And I'm not a fan of the 17 game. I think 17 is too many games, and they're going to have more, right? They're going to eventually go to 18 games in the season.
Absolutely will.
It's brutal.
It's money.
It's going to be Memorial Day by the time the season's over one of these years.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. Way too many.
It's the July 4th Super Bowl.
Yeah,
everybody.
that's coming. That's coming, and maybe on the White House lawn, they
We
double
could
header with
have
the
the
UFC
Super Bowl
event.
and the MLB All-Star game
There you
on
go.
the same weekend.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. But yeah, so we'll see. I don't know. I think they have a shot. I'm not going to make a prediction, but I think they have a chance to win the Super Bowl again because of the competition. Not that they're so great, but just because of the competition. But we'll see. We'll see with the Eagles. I thought there was something about what you think. AJ is happy now. He got targeted the most he ever got targeted in the first half yesterday.
He's in double digits.
Yeah,
every game since his
yeah, he is.
You know,
he is. But I tell you, the secret hero on that team is Dallas Goedert. He always comes up with a big catch. Always comes up with a big catch. It's amazing.
The play of the game last night was the broken play with that wobbly pass. Goddard, went up and got.
And they almost let him go, right? They seriously came close to letting him go. He's the secret star of the team.
They have nothing behind him.
There's no question.
That's why they kept him.
Yeah.
And Vic,
they better keep him again for next year.
Yeah, and Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio was a big part of why they're winning. Great defensive coach, Fangio. Absolutely. So we get a comment on it?
It's Gremlin related.
Oh, okay. I thought somebody. I was going to say, do we actually have audience for this?
I would have put it up, but it's someone asking if you were the Gremlin, so I didn't even put it.
No,
up.
I'm not good enough to be the Gremlin. The Gremlin actually knows sports. I'm just faking it. I'm just faking sports. But we'll see what the Eagles do. I think they have a chance. I like the NFL playoffs. The NFL playoffs are fun every year. The season's a bit of a drag. There's too many games, in my opinion, but too many bad games. But I like the playoffs, so I'm looking forward to watching the playoffs. I'm looking forward to that. Well, let's get to my favorite story this week. My favorite story. Poor Tim Saunders. Poor Tim Saunders. That poor guy, he just, he just made one blowjob joke. You expect that on the McGonigal podcast, a blowjob joke. You don't expect it on the Flyers games. But who was the one Flyer, the legendary announcer, Don Earl? Didn't he drop the F word on the air? Missed the F in post?
He hit the F in post.
Right. Did he get fired immediately, or what happened with Don Earl?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because back then you couldn't even
You
couldn't even say damn.
Yeah. I guess he did.
Oh, yeah.
That's a legendary thing.
He got a little excited back then.
But I don't know. Did they really need to suspend Tim Saunders? Couldn't they have just had him apologize? Did they really need to suspend him?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I thought 2 games was light.
You thought it was light?
I
don't know. I thought he could have just apologized. He didn't know he was on the. I mean, you got to be professional and not do that. But I mean, I thought an apology would have been enough.
I think the producer should have been suspended.
Well, who knows? He might be getting reprimanded behind the scenes. But I don't know. I kind of thought an apology was, would have been enough. But I guess not.
Did he apologize? I haven't seen anything.
I'm not sure.
Did. I think he did when they announced the suspension. I mean, look, they only suspended him because of sponsors.
Correct.
And the sponsors probably don't even really care either. They were just like, people buy our products.
Oh, on the bright side, it's the first time anybody paid attention in 97.5 and in a good 15 years. Nobody even knew it was still on the air, for God's sake. So they said at least they got that. But I don't know. I mean, remember the Cincinnati Reds announcer, Brenneman? He was an off-air thing, and he said something about homos, and he's finally making a comeback. I was
going to say, he just got a gig somewhere,
He just got some job finally.
Yeah.
What was the job he got?
He does college football for TBS.
Oh, he does?
Yes.
He is back on college football with TBS because he was his
the
father.
lead announcer.
His father was a big deal. His father's in the Baseball Hall of Fame as an announcer. And then that was another off the thing. Of course, you can't say homos, and that's bad. that's really bad.
Yeah, you have to be politically correct.
But
it's hard because, as we're sitting here bantering, you better watch what you're saying.
Well, I always say I can't be canceled because I've never been activated. So what are they going to take away from me? I don't really care. But I mean, just I don't know. I thought an apology. I thought it was a little overkill to have to suspend a guy, especially nowadays. I mean, people watch these streaming shows and podcasts with all kind of language. People hear everything nowadays. You listen to one of these comedy podcasts and the stuff you hear. I mean, that's nothing what he said. Nobody, So I don't know.
Should we play it?
Huh?
You want to hear it?
Yeah, go ahead, play it.
Hopefully it works.
Players get a sense of urgency when they're playing from behind. Now they're going to take the TV timeout. We'll take it as well. 7 gone in the third. It's 3-2 Buffalo on the Philadelphia Flyers broadcast network. Up it up it up it up it up. While you're down there, would you mind blowing me?
I think we're still on the air, Tim. No, we're not, are we?
That's the best part when he says,
He threw the
we're
guy was
not,
kidding.
are we?
Yeah, that's fun.
He knew he was
Can you
screwed.
imagine some of the stuff that Harry Callis probably said at commercials, Harry and Richie back in the day?
God. I would
Well, how
love to hear a
about-
blooper reel of those
How
two.
about Pat Summerall and Brookshire back when they were drinking in the booth? Imagine some of the stuff they said at commercials, and it would have got out over the air. Are you kidding?
How about Dandy Don?
Dandy Don
Can
and
only
Howard Hart.
imagine what coming out of his mouth.
That was they must have been brutal. So I don't know. Nowadays people hear everything. It's such a cool society anyway. I don't know. I thought it was a little overkill to suspend a guy for 2 games, but what the hell? I guess we'll see. But at least somebody knows the Flyers are still around. Flyers blew a game yesterday, right? Didn't they, Kevin? They blew the game yesterday. They had a two-goal lead, right?
They had a 2-goal lead twice, and then gave up a goal with about 3 or 4 minutes left against the Rangers, and then lost in the shootout, and had 2 power plays in the overtime period.
Wow! So
Two power plays and
They
lost.
did. They did, yes.
What do you think about the Flyers this year, Kevin? You follow them more than I do. What do you think?
I think they're young and talented. They, for the most part, are very well coached team compared to last year. I just think that the goaltending is going to be the key for them. I mean, I think Villar has been, for the most part, been very good, and sometimes Sam Emerson's still same Emerson.
So Tocchet doesn't like Matvey Michkov that much. He's down on him. That's what people are saying?
No, I'm curious. You know more than I do.
I just, they say with a lot of the superstars in the NHL, especially in today's world, that they have a sophomore slump. Look at Connor Bernard of the Blackhawks. You know, in his third year, he's really, back to where he was in his rookie season. So that's the big thing. I mean, he's getting assists a lot. I mean, he's active. If Tocchet didn't like him, I don't think he'd have him on the power play all the time.
Oh, I guess that's a good. Some of the speculation that I was reading that it's Tocchet's not that he hates him, but he thinks he could be a lot better, and he's not. That's why maybe he's not getting more playing time.
Yeah, I mean that, and the fact that he was put down to the third line.
Something like that. Yeah, I was reading that Tocchet's not thrilled with him.
Look at Trevor Zegras. I mean, he's been phenomenal, and I think that's where he's your big goal scorer now, and he's capable of having 30 goals and 85 assists.
Do they have any chance of making noise in the playoffs this year, or is it going to be a type of thing where you're just glad to get in there? Just glad to be there.
Glad to be there. If they get the Carolina Hurricanes in the first round, I think Lady Luck may finally be on their side, because it seems like every time they play the Hurricane, who are a very good team and could be one of the favorites to win the cup, they could, I mean, they played them tough all the time. They just don't win.
So how long has it been since they made the playoffs?
5 years.
COVID year.
The COVID year, yes.
Oh, that's right. With Carter Hart.
They
That's
were
right.
number
The
1 seed in
COVID.
the East.
And they had that's right. They looked pretty good, right? And they came up disappointing in
They
the
did.
playoffs that
They
year.
did.
That's right. They
did, and then
Yeah, I'm amazed, and I've said this, but how the Flyers have fallen off in the city. People forget we even have a hockey team. It used to be big. Man. I remember the 70s and 80s, and now it's like it's an afterthought. Some people like the Union more than they like the Flyers.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. And maybe something will bring them back. People were hoping that Matvey Michkov would be the thing, but now the Zegras is playing good, so I guess we'll see. But
Brink and Couturier is still there. I mean, they have a good team, probably good enough to make the playoffs. We'll see. I mean, it's a long year, long season, and we'll see what happens. But
another sport with way too many. Every sport is too long. Baseball, basketball, the NBA is interminable. Good Lord! It's the regulars. Then the playoffs are always good. But you have to slog through the regular season in all these sports.
But on the bright side, the Knicks won the
cup. What a joke!
Can't not
What
Celebrate that.
absolute joke. NBA Cup. Yeah, they did good for the Lakers last year when they won it. Didn't it really help them in the playoffs? Like, they didn't even make the playoffs. Did they? After they won the NBA Cup.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what the Flyers do. Maybe they're better than we thought they would be, right? They're a lot better than what people thought they would be coming into the season. Well, that's good. That's good. Well, they still selling out? Do they sell? What is I haven't even checked the attendance. Used to be they would always sell
I
out.
think hockey has priced itself out.
Is that
Hockey
right?
tickets are really expensive.
Well, everything's expensive. I mean, baseball, music,
But
concerts, everything
hockey,
is brutal.
I don't know. You can get in there for under $75.
General admission's $50. Everything else is.
They can skip me. If I was a fan, I'd be
pushing
listening.
100.
I'd be listening to Tim Saunders. I wouldn't be paying that.
No, I mean, I think that's hockey's problem is
Well, that's
they've priced themselves out.
$75. You gotta be kidding. That's
Yeah, I
amazing.
know.
This whole society is insane. Everything is so expensive. You gotta be kidding.
So hockey's attendance is up 0.5%.
How about
I don't
the
know
Flyers?
if that's good or bad.
How about the Flyers specifically? You know what?
I'm looking for that now.
Yeah, because they used to remember they used to always sell out.
17,077
Yeah, they had
is
that.
what they print in the Daily News
Yeah.
after every game.
They had that hardcore following. They would sell out even though they weren't as big as the other teams. They would always sell out. Yeah. But
Tiered 1 guaranteed sellouts. Flyers are not on that list.
there you go. Well,
Tier 2 middlings. Flyers are not on that list.
wow.
So some empty Flyers are according to this, they average 17,248 out of 19,500
Oh.
with an 88%.
Well, I guess.
I'd like to know how many of those numbers are real.
Yeah, and how many of those? Yeah, how many of those tickets are maybe giveaways or
That's
specials
right.
just to get people in there? Yeah, that's
Fox,
possible. That's possible. I haven't been to a Flyers game in 40 years. It's got to be 40 years since I've been down there.
Long
But
time.
I remember I saw Gretzky. I saw him play Gretzky in his spot. It's probably the best athlete I've ever seen live. I saw him play the Oilers one night. He was just skating up and down like a maniac, Gretzky.
I saw Gretzky score a hat trick on us in the only game they beat the Flyers in that series. It was against the Rangers, like 96.
Oh,
No,
when he was
97.
on-
You went. The Flyers went to the finals.
When he was on the Rangers, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
talking about the 80s when he was young. He was with Edmonton when I
They
saw
were
him.
so good.
Yeah, it's probably like 82 or something.
They
were
put
so
the
good
puck
to
in the net,
watch.
couldn't they?
But,
Tic tac toe, man. Boom, boom, boom.
yeah, but all right, let's get to the Phillies off season. They've been making some. Kyle Schwarber, 5 years, 150 million. I think it's a lot of money, but they had to do it. They had to do it. I mean, Baltimore was going to pay him, so if they didn't match it, they would have lost him. So they had to do it, even though it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
It's a whole lot of money. The only saving grace is he's actually getting better.
Yeah, the thing is, he's playing as long as he plays DH. You know what I mean? If he's
You
not
can't
right,
put-
if
you
he's
can't put
running
him
around
out.
the outfield, he's going to get hurt.
No.
So as long as he's DH, I don't worry about it. While he's getting older, yeah, but he's only DHing. He's pinch hitting 4 times a game. I don't really worry about it. I don't worry about that like I would with an everyday player like Harper, who's getting beat up out there in the field. I don't worry about that. I think they had to do it. They couldn't lose him, and Baltimore was going to pay him. They paid Alonso, so they pretty much had to do it.
Yeah.
You glad they brought him back?
I think it was the best thing to do.
I think they had to.
I mean, the money and with the new TV deal, it's something they had to do. But
Mhm.
I think that
He's a fan favorite. They want to keep selling that stadium
what
out. They
it
had to
is.
do it. They had to bring him back.
and I think he'll continue to be productive. Like he's
I think so. As long as he just DHs and they don't fool around. Sometimes they put him in the. I hate when I cringe every time they do that 3 or 4 times a year when they put him in the outfield. I'm waiting for him to pull something,
that
to
muscle,
blow
right.
something, a groin, and running around. I hate to see him out there. Just leave him on DH.
It is
Put
an
anybody
adventure.
out there.
I mean,
Put
I
him
don't
out
care
there.
about the money. The only time the money comes into play is if you can't do something
Yeah,
else.
yeah,
So if he makes 30 million, good for him.
yeah.
But if-
Absolutely,
If
absolutely.
they can't get another pitcher or
Yeah, that,
left fielder or whatever because they paid him too much money, then it bothers me.
yeah, I hope so. I think it'll be good. But then they brought in this. I don't know how to say his first Garcia. How do you say his first? Aldiz? Is that how you pronounce his first name? Aldoris? I'm not sure how to pronounce his first name.
Adalis Garcia.
Adalis Garcia. Okay. Well, he had some good years, but the last 2 years has not been good. Too down. He was great when they won the World Series in 2023.
Yeah.
But the last 2 years he hasn't been good. So I would love to see it. They need a right-handed bat, so I would love to see him bounce back. But I don't know. I hope he's going to be the right fielder. They're going
Yeah.
to play him in right field. They're going with him.
You know what, Ed? He didn't have last 2 years wasn't good, but for the whole Texas Rangers, last 2 years haven't been good.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I know.
Maybe
I know.
a change of scenery. will help
I
him
hope
out.
so. And playing maybe batting behind Harper, and people have to pitch to him because they're trying to avoid Harper. Maybe. I'm hoping. I'm hoping that
yeah.
works.
We've been doing this for how many years? We started with when we traded for the guy from Baltimore.
Oh yeah, Austin Hayes, and
Yeah.
then
Then we got rid of him. Then we bought Kepler in last year.
Kepler. As soon as they,
Now we're bringing in
but at least this guy's had some big years. Kepler never even had a big year. I have no idea what that was. Why?
Last year might have been Kepler's best year.
It
Yeah.
might have
I
been,
mean,
but
if you
think
look
about it.
strictly at stats, yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I have no idea what that was about, bringing Max Kepler in here. I never understand that.
We haven't developed an
Oh
outfielder.
no, that's now.
I mean, we're going back to Pat Burrell.
Now they're
And I wouldn't consider Pat Burrell being developed. But
going
that's-
for it this year. They're bringing that kid Crawford up. He's going to play.
Yeah,
So
Justin Crawford.
I think they pretty much have to.
Let's hope.
They have to find out whether he can do it or not. They have to. I think it makes sense. They have to find out whether he can do it. And Marsh is only he hits right-hand, can't hit lefties. So they're going to have to platoon him, whether that's with Otto Kemp or Weston Wilson. Somebody's going to have to play the outfield against left-handed pitchers because it can't be Marsh. Marsh has no chance to hit a left-hander.
No, he doesn't.
No chance. So you'll have to, and they're going to put Crawford in center, which is not his natural position. I don't know about that. That could be shaky. That could. We'll see. Maybe he'll surprise you. I'm hoping he surprises you.
When you watch Bader play defense,
Bader was great.
you really notice a difference. I mean, we always said that. Who's the one that was supposed to?
Johan Rojas. Yeah.
Even him, who was supposed to be this A+ defender, looked like he was in third gear when you compared him to Bader.
Bader was
Bader
great.
just glided after.
I really wanted Bader back. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. He hadn't signed anyway yet.
And he's looking for 3 years, and nobody's giving him 3 years.
Well, that'd be great if he could come back to the Phillies on like a 2.
It's tough to ask for that
I'd be
kind of
thrilled.
time when you're in your 30s.
Yeah, I would not be adverse to.
No, if we could get him on a
Defense
2-year deal.
matters.
Oh, and he was
Especially in center field.
and he was pretty good offensively last year for the Phillies. I would love to have him back. I don't know. Now they bought this relief pitcher in Brad Keller, who he's had one good last year. He was great. He was great with the Cubs, but it's his only good year he's had in his career. So you don't know if he's going to keep doing it. You hope he does, because I mean 2.07 ERA last year, which is pretty impressive. But we'll see. And they need a guy like that, a middle reliever, to get to Duran in the ninth inning. They need a guy, but we'll see. I think it might have been a mistake trading Matt Strom.
Absolutely.
I don't know, but they did it. It was a salary dump. They wanted to get rid of his $7 million contract, and he was a reliable left-handed relief pitcher. I don't know.
Yeah, he could get the lefties out for you.
And you know who he got out all the time?
Ohtani. Yeah, he did. I don't know. I was sorry to see that, but unless they're gonna use that money to spend on somebody else, which who knows?
They're going to use it for Realmuto.
I hope so.
They're pushing the second level of taxes or whatever.
They need Realmuto. They need him. Who's going to be the catcher? They'd be in trouble.
Two young catchers were traded this year. Ford's one of them. I can't remember the other one, for left-handed relievers. I was hoping that we would have used Strom. You got me a young catcher. I could live with Strom not being there. But if you're strictly doing a salary dump on Strom,
that's all
I think
did.
it's going to come back to bite us in the playoffs.
Because now the two left-handed relievers are what's his name, Alvarado and Tanner Banks, right? They're your two left-handed relief pitchers.
Zero confidence in either. They might be okay.
I don't either.
Or today they might stink.
Yeah. You don't know what. Well, that's every relief pitcher.
There's no consistency.
You never know with these relief pitchers. You never know what they're going to do.
And I guess Alvarado had no market. I'd rather have got rid of the $9 million.
I think that's the reason why
maybe people didn't
Matt
trust
Strom
him.
left. I think there was more
Personal
interest in him.
Yeah.
Because with Alvarado, you never know when.
Oh, that might be
other
true.
issues
Yeah,
are
you
gonna
don't know.
pop
Yeah,
up.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I absolutely could see that. Yeah, he might have said, well, but we'll see. I mean, we keep hearing rumors that they still might trade Bohm. I don't know. It depends on if they trade him, it depends on what they get. If they trade Bohm, you know what I mean? I wouldn't trade him just to trade him, but maybe if you can get a starting pitcher to help with the starting depth, maybe I'd be okay with trading Bohm. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that, because I don't know about the starting pitching this year. You don't know when Wheeler's going to be
You
back.
have a starter. They're letting them walk.
Yeah.
I mean, pay the man.
I agree. I would.
Yeah,
That's
Ranger
another guy.
Suarez Doesn't look like he's coming back.
I'm curious what he's going to get.
A Ranger?
He's going to pony up 5 years.
I want Ranger
at
back.
25 million. I'm curious.
I want Ranger back, and
That's
I want
a possibility though, Ted, because Scott Boras is his agent now.
Yeah.
So,
I want Ranger back, and I
But
want.
this
Harrison
is where
back.
re-signing Noah to that ridiculous contract hurts you now because
know,
that's
I
the
know.
money that would have gone to Ranger.
Well, you didn't
Correct.
know how that Christopher Sanchez was going to blossom like this, and that Jesus Luzardo was going to come in. You didn't know that when you signed Noah. You thought you needed Noah.
Yeah.
You didn't realize if you knew that, maybe they
You
wouldn't have
followed
signed
Broad
Noah.
Street Misery, you would have seen my anger over that Noah deal.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Such a
They-
bad deal. It might be one of the worst deals.
It's
in-
looking
and-
ba-
and
it's
the
looking
Braves
bad
drove
now.
that price up.
There's no doubt they're looking bad. It's looking bad now, but we'll see. But I still don't think they're done. I think they're going to make some surprising move, either a trade or a signing. I hope so, because I don't know. But I want to see all three of those guys get re-signed. Realmuto, Bader, and Ranger. But it probably is not going to happen, I don't think.
Realmuto for sure.
The other two probably not, unfortunately.
Ranger definitely not.
Yeah.
And then Bader, it sounds like he's going to cause. Like,
See, that bothers me when it's everybody is saying what you said, that Ranger definitely not. The guy, he's a good pitcher. He came up here. I don't know why you would just let him walk away. I understand his business, but I hate this. I hate to see him walk away, Ranger Suarez. I really do. I just an old baseball guy. Man, that's painful to see a good pitcher walk away. I don't know.
And why is Bregman still linked to us? What are we getting out of?
Well,
What's he bringing?
a right-handed bat. That's what he would bring.
That
Which,
hits 270 with 20, 25 home runs.
it's more than Bohm hits. Bohm hits 11.
I think right now Bo might be a better fielder than Alex Bregman.
Correct. And I
Uh-huh.
mean, not
That
obviously
matters.
last year with injuries, but the 2
Yeah.
years before that, he drove in 90 some odd runs both
He
years.
did. He did. Bohm.
I don't get this, infatuation with Bregman.
He did. Well, I don't know. And then
I think you're paying a lot of money for not a humongous uptick in
and then a few
production.
people whisper, "Oh, Bo Bichette, Bo Bichette." I would like to have Bo. You wouldn't like that, Bo Bichette?
I take Boschet and give rid of the second baseman.
Yeah, you could move Turner to second or put Bichette at second.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whether the Phillies would go and pay him, I don't know. I would love to see it, but I don't know. They'll pay.
If you're
Bo
going to pay
Bichette.
that kind of money, I would have paid Turner or Tucker.
Kyle Tucker.
That's who I would have paid.
Yeah, the only thing with him is he's left-handed, and they have a lot of lefties on that team. I don't
Yeah.
know. They need another lefty. That's the only bad thing about Kyle Tucker.
Bo Bichette's going to cost you money.
Yeah, of course he is. Of course
It's
he
going to
is.
cost you money.
Of
and
course.
Then the health and staying healthy.
Yeah,
it-
well, he
it
was
becomes an
he was
issue.
hurt last year, and then he came back and played great in the World Series. But he was hurt. Yeah, but that's all these athletes nowadays. You don't know who's going to stay healthy. Bryce Harper. You don't know whether Bryce Harper's going to get hurt again. He probably will.
And the amazing part is half of them are soft tissue injuries,
Oh, it's amazing.
which I thought you were in such great shape.
Yeah, I don't know. That Mickey Mantle was drinking every night, and he was out with hookers, and he never pulled a muscle. I don't know.
You know,
He had bad
I
knees, but he
agree.
never did a soft tissue thing. Babe Ruth never got hurt. Babe Ruth never got hurt. I don't
He
know.
also never did an exercise in his life.
No, he would they would send him to fat camp every year in like February, where one of those places where you throw a medicine ball around for a
Right.
couple hours. That Babe Ruth
Never
could go to
seen
his fat,
sign
and
of it.
that's it. He had to running around all winter with
Well,
the.
it's a different world.
the different-
today
yeah,
with
it
the
is.
Rangers.
But
It certainly
they don't
is.
play anymore.
It
It's
certainly
not
is.
like they're ready to go every game.
Oh no, they're taking days off, and it's brutal. It's brutal. But I would. I mean, you're right. Bo Bichette would cost the money, but I don't care about that. It's not my money. I'd like to spend all that cigar money. Spend all of it. Spend it on everybody. I don't care. That Japanese pitcher they said they might be interested in. Have you seen these rumors going
I
around?
haven't heard anything about him recently.
No, but there was speculation that the Phillies might be one of the teams interested in him. I
It
can't.
was Phillies, Cubs, Yankees, but it sounds like the Phillies are out.
Phillies are out.
That's what was circulating yesterday.
Why are the Phillies out, for God's sakes?
I haven't heard anything about him. And just like that Matsuzuki or
Yeah.
whoever just signed with the White
Murakami,
Sox,
I think. Yeah.
there's a cutoff date when you have to sign that.
Yeah, but
January
it depends.
2nd.
It depends
He's
on when you
January
post.
2nd.
Yes.
Depends
I
on when
thought
you.
he was posted before the guy that just signed.
Murakami's posting was tomorrow, his last day.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't know when
But
he posted.
He's January 2nd.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know the date.
Well, I don't know why the Phillies are out. I mean, they've never signed a Japanese player. Take a shot. take a shot at one of these Japanese guys. But again, I want to see him spend all the money.
We had Taguchi.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
He threw my kid's batting gloves. He's my favorite
Wow,
Japanese player.
wow,
They still have them.
wow. So the Sixers are playing a big weekend for the Sixers. Back-to-back wins, winning in Madison Square Garden, and then couple. Usually, when you win the first game of back-to-back, you usually tank the second one.
Yeah.
They ended up winning both of them. Everybody's paying attention to the Eagles, and that's fine. That's the way it should be. You're missing how great of a season Tyrese Maxey is having. His kid is good. He's really good, and he's on fire.
Yeah, he's having an all-star year.
No, he's been
which
great.
you kind of expected.
And the other kid is coming on, Edgecombe, the rookie. He's playing well. So it's just a shame that they're stuck with those two contracts, Embiid and Paul George, because they can't do anything. They'll never make a run with them.
Humongous contracts.
They'll never make a run with them two guys holding your pay. And you never know whether they're going to play from night to night. You got to flip a coin whether either one of them is going to be in the lineup. So I don't know. I mean, it's fun. The Sixers have been fun, but they'll make the playoffs, but they can't go anywhere, I don't think.
Nope.
Unless somehow Embiid and George decide to play the playoff games. I don't know about that. A strong wind might come along and put both of them out for 2 weeks.
Not when your three best players are 6'4" and under,
Yeah, that's true too.
which means they're really 6'2" and 6 foot.
That's true. And Grimes is a good player off the bench. But the other kid from last year, McCain, they say Nurse doesn't like his defense. That's why he's not playing much. Nurse doesn't like his defense, which is good.
That's the thing with Edgecombe. You know he's a good defender. He's even better.
Yeah,
than you
he's
thought
really
he
good.
was.
So I don't know. It's fun. It's fun watching those two guys. The team has no chance with with Embiid and Podcast P. They have no chance with them two. That Paul George signing, that might have been the worst signing in my life in Philadelphia as a sports fan. I mean, maybe not the worst, but it's got to be up there. I mean,
the Embiid extension was.
the Embiid extension was awful. Yeah, that was.
Bynum
awful.
sent them back,
You
sent
knew
them back
what
a few
you had
years.
in Embiid
Yeah.
and how
Yeah,
unhealthy
yeah,
he was.
they never should have signed that extension. Well,
Yeah.
it was a sentimental thing. Is it? Well, he says we like him. He's part of the team. You knew he was going to keep getting hurt. Why would you sign him into an extension? It made no sense.
Zero.
It made no sense, and it's going to kill the team. And now you have guys like this who you can't do anything with them. You can't add any help to them because you're stuck with Embiid's contract. So you can't get help from Maxey and Edgecombe. You just got to play it out, unfortunately. And they say maybe they could trade George. I don't know who's going to take Paul George. And somebody who doesn't have cable and doesn't see the games.
Again,
Huh?
Not in this universe.
I can't imagine it either.
not for the number. It's again, money it's just play money to them. It's years.
Yeah.
That's what's the
Yeah, but
killer.
there's 2 more years after this for George.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to see it. I can't say it though. I can't imagine anybody would take George as much as I would love to. And then right now in basketball, Oklahoma City, they look unbeatable, right? They look like it's ridiculous how good they look. How can they be this good?
Well balanced.
That's amazing. And
You
if they
know?
stay healthy, there's almost no way they don't win the championship, right? Or at least it seems like it, unless what's his name in Denver, who's great, the center. He is great. Jokic,
He just passed
Kareem for assist
Kareem for
in
assist.
centers.
Kareem did it in 20 seasons. He's done it in 11.
Yeah, I mean
that just blows your mind.
he is fantastic. Whether he can carry that team to challenge Oklahoma City, we'll see. But he's a guy. I think people around the country are missing him. They don't realize how good of a basketball player this guy is. Jokic. I think they're missing him.
Yeah.
You talked about earlier that watching Gretzky, best athlete
Yeah.
ever. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, went and saw
Jokic.
play because I wanted to see him.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It is a pleasure
I'm
to
sure.
watch the NBA if everybody played like he played.
And you're lucky you didn't get a day where he was taking a load management. That's all you need to buy.
I don't know that he takes many load
but they probably
managements.
give him some, maybe not as much as some of the other guys, but they give him some nights.
My God, he's a pleasure to
Oh,
watch.
people
and he can't jump over a daily
yeah,
news.
people are missing him. People are
You know?
Yeah, he's definitely this generation's best center.
Oh,
without
yeah,
question.
people don't realize how it's very underrated playing out in Denver. It's
Yeah,
just
you never see him at night,
Yeah. I mean, even though they did win the one championship, I think people are still missing him. I think his career is going to be very underrated.
He's got 3 MVPs. How much more overrated can you be?
But I mean, I'm telling you, if you go around and talk to fans, like basketball fans, casual sports fans around Philadelphia, they a lot of them wouldn't know who he was. I bet they wouldn't know who he was.
And I don't, we might want to. I don't think they understand how an exceptional basketball player that he is.
And also, the NBA just isn't what it was either. I don't think people. It's certainly the regular season. People don't follow the regular season like they used to. And it's just
3-point shots.
Yeah, there's too much. People are too distracted. They're on their phones. They're just streaming and sports. People just outside of football, the regular seasons in these sports just don't get that much focus like they used to. They
you
just
think
don't.
gambling is what's keeping these
Sure.
afloat?
Gambling is keeping everything afloat.
Yeah.
If there wasn't legalized gambling, these sports leagues would fall apart. A lot of them, I think. I think they know that. That's why they finally went along with it.
Yeah, I mean,
they didn't want it for years, and they finally went along with it.
Because I mean, that's what people are betting on now. Like, will this guy score his over under 7 points for the first quarter or
those
something?
prop bets are brutal. They're killing sports.
And I mean, you talk about in person. You go to a game, and they'll tell you. You mentioned the Flyers had 17,000 whatever fans. At any one point, 5,000 of them were sitting out at the bar.
Oh, of course.
In the concourse.
Of course.
They're not in watching, cheering for the game.
Of course.
Because they're either watching another game because their players playing on that game, or, they bet whatever.
Nothing's going to get the focus that football does. Football just is. I mean, people just love football. The other sports is going to be casual. I mean,
half the league is for the NFL. Half the league is knocked out of the playoffs. So the next 2 weeks are really going to tell. Like, is football where we think it actually is? Like, will they still draw ginormous ratings? Like, all 3 games on Christmas Day have no playoff implications whatsoever.
And they're all streaming too. 2 on Netflix and 1 on Amazon or something, which is amazing to me. The whole 3 games are on streaming, and I'm curious to see what the numbers are going to be.
Dallas, Washington's one of the games. Both of them are out.
Kansas City's playing.
They're out.
Broncos.
Yeah. So
we'll see what the streaming numbers are. I don't know.
Eddie, they don't care about you and I.
No, of course not. Of course not.
They don't care that we don't stream.
No, they're going.
We're not their market.
They're going for the young guys. Well, we got the college playoff going, Kevin. Who you predict is going to win? Ohio State again? They're going to repeat?
If I had to take a bet after first round, I would say either Oregon or Georgia.
Wow, Oregon or Georgia.
As much as I'd like to see in the next round, it's Ohio State versus Miami. I think the Buckeyes will win that one. Then it's Oregon and Texas Tech. As much as everyone likes the Cinderella story of Texas Tech, I think Oregon will beat them. And then Georgia and Ole Miss. Ole Miss looked good yesterday, but they were playing.
I'd like to see Ole Miss win just to screw Lane Kiffin. That would be fun. That would be funny as hell. They won the national championship. That would be hilarious.
And I was hoping Oklahoma beat Alabama, because then half of Alabama would have wanted DeBoer fired.
Oh yeah. Well, Alabama got in with 3 losses, right? Didn't they have 3 losses?
Well, yes, they got in with 3 losses, but actually 2 because they don't count the conference championship loss against you. It can a conference championship win can only help you. Everyone, even though the only undefeated team is Indiana, they're not the money favorite right now to win, but they just keep winning, and they held Ohio State to 10 points.
Yeah, they did. Now, I don't know how you guys feel. I don't like the 12-team format. I think it's too many teams. I like the better one. I like the better one. It was 4.
Ridiculous.
I like
last
the better
year
one. It was 4.
and this year.
Yeah, it's
terrible games.
It's too much. It's like something dragging on and on. I don't know. Maybe people like it and good, and that's great if you like it. But I don't know. It says a lot of teams. And I'm not mad that Notre Dame didn't get in. They lost their first 2 games. You start 0-2. That's
James Madison was in the Villanova's conference 3 years ago.
Yeah, I know, James.
So how are you getting? They should not have been in the tournament. I mean,
I know, but I'm not mad that Notre Dame didn't get in. I'm supposed to be, but they lost. They start 0-2. Come on. You're going to complain?
You're mad at the process.
Yeah.
And the NCAA or selection committee, whoever they are, they were mapping this out for weeks, with different scenarios. And somebody was going to get screwed in it. And it's going to be Notre Dame because the SEC and Big Ten and a little bit of the ACC rule everything.
So
know?
What I would have done is maybe those two conferences, James Madison's conference. What are they? I don't even know what conference they're in. It doesn't even matter.
I get all confused.
But those two conferences probably should have to play a play-in game the week of the Army-Navy game against like a Notre Dame or whoever else was screwed over. The top two teams, I guess, got screwed over. Kind of a playing game because James Madison just does not belong. I'm sorry.
They're not good. They're certainly not in the league of any of those teams, but I don't know. Maybe they do it maybe it's a money thing to keep everybody interested. I don't know.
Yeah. So just do the play-in game.
Conferences interested. I don't know how it works. It's all confusing.
And it would be great for those small schools because like Notre Dame, say it's Notre Dame, they would have to go to James Madison.
Right.
The gate for that would be the most profitable.
Yeah, but the only thing is you're then making it even longer. You're making even the whole playoff.
But there's no games that week other than Army Navy and the Heisman anyway,
That's
so
true,
why not do it?
I don't know. Whatever. What do you think, Kevin? Too many teams? Do you like it?
I don't have too many teams. You let all these mid majors in, Tulane and James Madison. What do they have in common? Both their head coaches are leaving for big jobs, and I think that they say that wasn't a distraction, but it was a distraction because it's National Signing Week and everything else. So I think have one mid-major in, and then, what's wrong with, if you had a 16-team format, the four extra teams that would have been in order would have been Notre Dame, Brigham Young, Vanderbilt, and Texas. And does anyone have a problem with them compared to James Madison and the Green Wave of Tulane?
Yeah, I don't know. I liked it better when it was four teams. Just had the four teams do a playoff. Now it's getting like the NBA with all these teams in there, and it just drags. And these coaches, I'm waiting for some of these coaches to just coach with their suitcase next to them on the sidelines. The way they bail on.
Yeah.
Every coach is bailing on his team. They're waiting for the next offer. Nobody. I mean, some of these guys don't even unpack. I don't think. And it's when they get to a school.
Again,
it's
I
brutal.
don't know that there's a more inept organization in the world. Maybe FIFA.
Than the NCAA. Than
NCAA. Like, they're just ridiculous. How do you allow transfer portals in the middle of the playoffs?
Oh, I know.
How do you allow these coaches
that's another thing,
to leave in the middle of this season?
That is unbelievable.
You need to do something.
You can just bail on the team. A team that's in the playoffs, they're like Ole Miss, and you're allowed to bail. That's ridiculous.
But the NCAA just is so bad.
There should be a rule that if you do that, you lose something. The school that steals you should lose scholarship. Something. There's got to be something. They can't.
And I said it's, you have a right to go wherever you want. Well, you can't do it. It's not like, Sirianni's going to all of a sudden go be the Giants coach because they need a coach in week 16. Come on.
It is ridiculous. I don't like it either.
It is ridiculous. And I think that instead of changing the format of how many teams get into the playoff, I think they're going to have to change the recruiting.
Something.
National Signing Day. And more importantly, the portal. Because that's, you got guys like leaving Oklahoma State,
transfer portal,
Kansas, and
I like that NIL when they first announced it. I thought, good, the guys will get some money. But even now, that's turned into a travesty. With the guys getting money, that's all it's about now. It is the money.
They should go back to having to sit out a year to transfer.
Probably.
And the same thing with a coach.
Yeah, same thing.
If a coach and the players, if they want to leave, you got to sit out a year.
That's exact. That would be perfect. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Oh, that before the Supreme Court, before you could say
it would
kick off.
It would be. It would be. Well, a couple of random topics before we get out of here. Kansas City Chiefs are dead. Their dynasty is over, right? You think? Kansas City Chiefs, or can they come back next year?
I don't know next year, but as long as you have Patrick Mahomes, I don't think you're out.
And he's going to miss some time next year, right, with this injury?
Yeah.
So now the backup got hurt today, right?
Minshew's out.
They think he might have tore his ACL.
Yeah.
What's the chance a team loses two quarterbacks 2 weeks in a row with ACLs? That's brutal. That's brutal.
Didn't last year's backup also tear his ACL once? Did he tear his ACL?
What
Was
did
that why
Wentz-
he's out for the year?
Wentz got hurt.
Yeah,
Was it
Wentz got
ACL?
hurt against us, didn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Was it
Was
an
it
ACL?
an ACL? I can't remember what the injury was, but yeah, that's brutal. But I don't know. The Chiefs, hey, everything comes to an end. I think Kelsey doesn't look. He looks done.
I think he's done.
He looks cooked.
He's what, 35?
Yeah,
Something like that.
He's up there, and
Yeah, he looks. I
even
mean,
if they were winning,
He
he'd
did
be at
not
the
have a
end.
good year.
no.
Agreed. But
We'll see. But
again,
you got Andy Reid, and like you said, Mahomes will be back eventually. So maybe, but again, dynasties don't always last.
no, they don't. But again, you have Patrick Mahomes, and possibly Andy Reid comes back in a year or two. Maybe they're
Maybe they're back again in
Maybe.
contention. Maybe.
Yeah.
Wasn't
I guess.
Andy
I guess
talking
that's
about leaving?
possible.
Wasn't Andy talking about leaving after last year though? He might not come. He might not come back.
He is. He's not. He's no spring chicken.
I
Andy
don't,
Reid.
I
That's
don't
for
think
sure.
he's going anywhere till Mahomes goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe he'll hang around for Mahomes.
Because he's still
career.
going to look to be, win the most games and see if he can put another Super Bowl or whatever. I don't see Andy Reid going anywhere anytime soon.
yeah. And as long as Andy Reid stays, Steve Spagnuolo probably stays.
Correct.
So I think that again, Ed, I don't think
And-
they're down, but they
Yeah, you
And,
right.
and,
That's a
and the
good
general
point.
manager stays. So
Right,
when you
yeah.
have your brain trust and your quarterback, you make a couple good trades or draft picks and you can be right back
Yeah, that's
into the
true.
swing of things.
That's true.
they're going to be picking much higher than they ever had under Andy Reid
Yeah.
since his first season.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
So,
I
yeah,
mean,
that's
you
a
know,
good point. So we'll see.
He'll
We'll see what
pick
happens.
a left tackle or a
Right.
defensive tackle that'll just change the team.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. So I see where the Chicago White Sox are trying to get Pope Leo to come in and throw out a first pitch because he's a Chicago White Sox fan.
No way.
They're trying to. They're trying to get him to throw out a first pitch. I don't know if it'll happen or not. I don't know that he's commented on it. But the White Sox are just pushing to try to get him to come to Chicago and throw out a first pitch because he's a lifelong White Sox fan. That would be funny.
Oh, that would be priceless.
Maybe that's why. Maybe the Pope's prayer. That's why they signed the Japanese guy. Maybe the Pope put a novena in for the White Sox. But I don't know. That would be funny to see the Pope throwing out a first pitch. Did you ever see the film of him at the 2005 World Series?
Yes.
He's in the audience. He's in the
Yeah.
audience, the stands.
Yeah.
That would be funny to see him throw the first pitch out.
He's also a big Villanova basketball
Yeah, right.
fan.
He studied at Villanova, right? Didn't he
Yes.
do one of his
Did his
degrees?
undergrad work there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he'll go to Villanova.
Maybe I'll throw out a pitch the Phillies game.
Wouldn't that be
We're
something?
going to go for it. Let's go for both.
Wouldn't that be something? I saw this week Joe Buck got elected into the Baseball Hall of Fame, the Ford Frick Award, the announcers.
Yeah.
He's already in the football.
Yeah.
So there's only four announcers, I believe, who have gotten elected into both football and baseball. I think it's Joe Buck, Jack Buck, Kurt Gowdy, and Dick Enberg. I think they're the only four guys who are in both.
Enberg got in for baseball?
Oh, he did baseball
Yeah.
for years.
Scully didn't
I
get
know he
in.
did, but I
Who?
didn't know.
Enberg was with the Padres, but
No,
Scully
Enberg
didn't get
was
in.
with the Angels in the 70s, calling those Nolan
Yes.
Ryan no hitters.
Oh yeah, he was. You're right.
Yeah.
But he ended with the
Is
Padres.
Al Michaels in both?
I don't
know if he's in baseball. I don't know that
he
he
was a long time.
I know he
Reds
was with the
announcer.
Reds. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know that he's in the Hall of the got into the Announcers Hall of Fame. The Ford
Look that
Frick
up,
Award.
Jim.
I think those are the four. But Joe Buck, Joe Buck, a lot of people hate him. I think he's pretty good. I always liked Joe Buck.
I like
Into the
Joe
Nights,
Buck.
one of the greatest calls ever.
What's that?
Into the Night.
Oh yeah, with what's his name? I can't think of it. Matt Stairs.
Yeah.
Matt Stairs. Yeah.
I,
No,
I think Buck does a good
Yeah,
job.
I do too. I like Buck. People, but
It's not easy to make. He does a very good job of not making Troy Aikman look like an angry man. He does a very good job at that.
Troy Aikman can be very angry up there. There's no
he-
question.
Troy Aikman's very good at his job. And he calls him like he sees him, but Buck
Hey.
does a good job of making him. He keeps Troy Aikman steady.
But I'm shocked that he got in this. I thought when the baseball they were going to go for John Sterling. John Sterling still hasn't gotten in. The longtime Yankees announcer.
Yeah, but he just retired though, right? Like
Yeah,
a
but
couple
still,
years
you can still get into you get the Ford Frick Award. I'm shocked that he hasn't gotten it yet. I mean, he's he's no spring chicken, John Sterling. He might not be around.
I'm not a fan. Maybe because I'm not a fan of the Yankees.
Maybe, but I thought
Right.
with all his years in, they would give it to a senior guy like that over Joe Buck.
Yeah, but when you look at the C. Ford Flick Award, as they call it, it's either guys that have been there 100 years for the same team,
Right.
or it's guys like Joe Buck that have done it on a national level. Like, how many World Series in a row did he?
Oh yeah, I'm not saying Joe Buck didn't. I just thought maybe John Stoner would get it for his age and his years, but he still could get it, I guess. But but Joe, but I believe those are the only 4 guys to be in both.
It's quite an
The
accomplishment.
2 Bucks, Kirk Gowdy and Dick Enberg. I'm not positive, but I think they're the 4. I don't know if Jim is looking it up or not. But
Believe it or not, I can't find an act like a. It's
yeah,
weird.
maybe it's hard to find. It might be. Maybe.
Cal Hubbard is in for both for referees.
Cal Hubbard, you know, Cal Hubbard, not called Cal Hubbard. He's in the Football Hall of Fame as a player. And then after he retired from football, he became a baseball umpire.
Yeah, that's what it
Did
is.
umpire for years, and then got elected into the Baseball Hall of Fame as an umpire. So he's in both baseball and football.
He played professional football.
Yep, and he
ref or
and then umpired,
umpired
and he's in the-
Major League Baseball.
and he got elected to the Hall of Fame. Both.
Did you know that?
Cal
Yeah.
Hubbard.
I've never heard that.
it's
Not
a-
Carl
it's-
Hubbard.
it's
Carl
a-
Hubbard's the famous pitcher. Cal Hubbard. I was reading about him last night. I don't know.
No, never heard of it.
Yeah, I just had to stumble on that last night. I was like, Cal Hubbard. Who the hell's this guy?
Oh, that's a
So
great
it's saying
story.
here that there are no announcers enshrined in both.
No, that's wrong. Because Jack Buck is absolutely in both.
Yeah.
As is
Jack
Kirk
Buck-
Gowdy. I know Kirk Gowdy is.
But yeah, it's saying it here, so I don't know why it says no. So it shows Jack Buck, Joe Buck, Kirk Gowdy, and Al Michaels, Dick
Huh?
Enberg,
Yeah, that's right.
and Lindsey Nelson.
Is Lindsey Nelson in both?
I mean, it's just I don't know how accurate this is, but it's saying
Okay.
The
then
internet would never lie, Jim.
this
Well,
is
Lindsey
this is
Nelson did-
allegedly AI. So
Lindsey
Oh, well, that
Nel-
definitely will lie.
Lindsey Nelson did Mets games for years, and he also did football and
College football.
and NFL too. And they said Al Michaels. So maybe it's 6. Maybe it's Lindsey Nelson. And it goes,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's showing Joe Buck and Jack.
yeah, well,
Buck
Joe
together.
Buck just got voted. Or maybe it's 6. Maybe
I was going to
Michaels-
say Al Michaels should be in because he called baseball for
I
years.
know
Yeah.
he did.
Monday
maybe,
Night
Maybe
Baseball.
he is that. Maybe he is that. And then Lindsey Nelson. I forgot about Lindsey Nelson.
Bless you.
I'm kind of surprised Keith Jackson's not in because he called baseball
Yeah,
for
he
years
did,
too.
but he was primarily a football guy. You know.
Yeah, but he did. I mean, baseball in the late 70s, early
He
80s.
did.
He did the Phillies NLCS.
Yeah, he did with the Astros and Phillies. But I don't know. He was primarily a football guy,
Yeah.
I think. But yeah, I guess I forgot about Lindsey Nelson. That makes sense. And I guess, I didn't think Al Michaels was in, but I guess he is.
How'd you like that life?
What's that?
Do baseball and football.
Yeah.
I mean, what a great life.
Yeah,
People
people
tough
for-
on your family, but
Vin,
from a point of view of, living a dream.
people forget that Vince Scully.
I was
did
going to say, I'm
football.
surprised Vince Scully's not in here.
He wouldn't be in
He
football.
went to it for
but he
enough.
did do
He
NFL.
did like 10 years of football. And how about Harry Callis? He did NFL films.
Yeah, he did,
Yeah.
but he didn't get in.
Huh.
Here's a trivia question for you. Vin Scully was the number one, CBS's number one play-by-play announcer for football on television.
Yep.
And it was him and George Allen. They did the NFC Championship game against the Cowboys and the 49ers.
Yeah, great
the game
catch.
is the catch. And the only reason they didn't do the Super Bowl that year for CBS was because it was in Pat Summerall's contract that anytime CBS had the Super Bowl,
Wow.
he had to
Wow.
announce
Got
the
it.
game.
Wow.
And instead of bringing George Allen in, they kept his partner to do the game with them, which was John Madden. And that Bengals 49ers game pretty much is basically what made John Madden a rock star.
Now,
Wow. That's I never knew that. That's
when
all.
Madden,
Wow.
when Madden first came into the football, he wasn't with Summerall right away. They had him with Vince Scully for a couple games, and they had him with a couple guys. But I know he worked with Vince Scully before they moved Brookshire out and they put him.
I was
going to
say, when did Brookie leave?
Well, whenever he whether he made that joke about Louisville.
Yeah, I know. But when did Madden replace him right away, or did
Maybe
Summerall
the
have another
following
guy?
year, maybe the following year. That was like, I don't know, 81, 82 or something when
Yeah.
he made that joke about Louisville guys not graduating the basketball players or something. They were doing a promo.
Yeah, I think the legend has it that CBS for ratings wanted to break up Summerall and Brookshire.
Maybe they
And
were.
they brought in at the time George Allen, former
George
coach, was the
Allen.
big ticket,
They were,
and it was Vince Scully who, being the Dodgers announcer, was popular.
yeah, they were famous for drinking in the booth. Summerall and Brookshire. They were famous for the happy hour games. They were famous for that. But I guess maybe it's 6 announced. I thought it was 4, but maybe it's 6. I'll have to double. So I guess we did about an hour, Jim.
Just about.
Just about an hour. I want to thank you guys for coming out. Kevin, Ted, I thank you guys for coming out. Hopefully, if you want to come back sometime, we'll do it. Maybe we're not as boring as some of the other sports shows, but we're trying. We're trying. Thanks.
for entertaining.
I thank these guys for coming out. I thank Jim Corrigan. Thank everybody for listening. You can check out my social media if you want to see America's least favorite entertainer do stand up somewhere. I'll be out there somewhere. If you want to check out my social media. Thanks. Just what we need, another Philly sports show. Thanks. Another episode in a few weeks. Thanks, folks.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy
New
Year.
Bye-bye.
Happy Hanukkah.
There you
Anything
go.